The wind howls, lashing rain across the Norwegian coastline. Amidst the storm stands a Viking longhouse, its turf roof absorbing the gale, its timbers creaking in harmony with nature. Unlike modern buildings that resist and break, this ancient structure bends and endures. How did the Vikings, without nails or concrete, build homes that survived centuries of storms? Their secret was a deep understanding of the natural world, strength through flexibility, not rigidity. These homes were lifted from the damp earth, designed to move and settle, growing stronger with time. More than shelters, they were living organisms, perfectly adapted to their wild environment. The wisdom in these timbers is not just history. It's a guide for our own uncertain future. Viking construction teaches us to work with nature, embrace flexibility, and use local materials with ingenuity. By learning from their resilience, we can build a more sustainable world. The longhouse in the storm still has a story to tell, one we need to hear. In nature, the adaptable survive. The reed bends, the oak breaks. This principle was at the heart of Viking engineering. Their homes weren't rigid fortresses, but dynamic participants in the storm. Each timber and joint was part of a system that flexed and absorbed energy, allowing the house to dance with the wind. The Vikings knew that absolute rigidity would lead to failure in their harsh climate. Even their foundations were designed to move with the earth's freeze and thaw, preventing cracks and stress. Their homes rested on the land, not locked into it, rising and falling with the seasons. This quiet, patient engineering was a lesson in humility, adapting rather than opposing nature. By yielding, their structures endured for generations. The true path to strength, the Vikings discovered, was adaptation. Their greatest architectural secret was flexibility. It's a lesson as vital now as it was 1,000 years ago. To understand a Viking house, you must first understand this core concept. In Scandinavia, rot was a greater threat than wind or snow. The Vikings' answer: lift the house from the earth with a dry stone foundation. Carefully chosen stones formed a low wall or pads, keeping timber posts off the damp ground. This broke the chain of moisture, allowing air to circulate and water to drain away. The permeable foundation let the house breathe, managing moisture instead of blocking it. Each stone could move independently, letting the house settle naturally with the shifting earth. By raising their homes on stone, the Vikings created a dry, stable base that could last centuries. Step inside a Viking longhouse and notice the independent internal skeleton of massive posts and beams. The roof's weight rests on this frame, not the outer walls. The lightweight plank walls, slotted into grooves, could expand, contract, and be easily replaced. This separation allowed the house to breathe with the seasons and flex in storms. The inner frame absorbed stress, while the outer skin shifted independently, dissipating energy. Maintenance was simple. Damaged planks could be swapped out without weakening the structure. The result? A house both strong and adaptable, with superb insulation from its turf roof. The Vikings' design combined brute strength with intelligent flexibility. Their homes were living systems, perfectly tuned to their environment. Without metal fasteners, the Vikings mastered wood joinery. Mortise and tenon joints, secured with oversized wooden pegs called tree nails, held the frames together. As the house aged, the pegs swelled with moisture, tightening the joints. Wooden pegs flexed with the timbers, distributing stress and allowing the house to move without breaking. Metal would have rusted and split the wood. Wood joined to wood created a living, resilient skeleton. Each joint was crafted for strength and longevity, turning a limitation into an advantage. The entire frame acted as a single, cohesive unit, growing stronger over time. Viking joinery was both art and engineering, a legacy of enduring strength. The Vikings' mastery of the sea shaped their homes. The longhouse's curved roof, like an upturned ship, was aerodynamic. Wind flowed over it, not against it. This minimized lift and turbulence, keeping the roof secure even in fierce gales. The curved ridge beam acted as a keel, providing strength and stability. The house was streamlined, sighted to face the wind, and built to survive the harshest storms. Naval and domestic architecture merged. The lessons of the longship were carved into every beam. The elegant roof is a silent testament to this transfer of knowledge. The Vikings saw both ship and house as structures built to endure the elements. In lands where wood was scarce, the Vikings built with earth itself. Turf houses began with stone and wood, but their thick walls were made from blocks of grass-rooted turf. Layered in a herringbone pattern, these walls became solid, insulated and nearly fireproof. Turf roofs, laid over birch bark, kept homes warm in winter and cool in summer. Over time, grass and wildflowers grew on the roof, camouflaging the house in the landscape. This made them harder for raiders to spot and resistant to fire. Turf houses were efficient, secure, and perfectly adapted to their environment. The Vikings turned scarcity into strength, creating iconic, sustainable homes. Their turf houses remain a model of resourceful ecological design. Fire was the heart of the longhouse, and a tool for preservation. The Vikings produced pine tar by slow-burning wood, then coated exterior timbers to waterproof and protect them. Tar's natural toxins kept fungi and insects at bay, preserving wood for generations. Inside, the ever-burning hearth filled the roof with smoke, coating beams in creosote. This smoky residue acted as an internal preservative, guarding against rot and pests. Heating the home also preserved it, a dual-purpose system born of necessity. The Vikings' use of fire, smoke and tar was efficient and ingenious. Their homes endured because every element served multiple roles. Preservation was woven into daily life. The Vikings knew a house was part of a larger landscape. They shaped the land to create sheltered microclimates, building on the leeward side of hills or constructing earthworks and stone windbreaks. These barriers disrupted wind, creating calm pockets for settlements. Living windbreaks, dense plantings of willow and birch, filtered the wind, reducing its force without turbulence. This protected buildings and made outdoor life more bearable. The Vikings saw their farmstead as a complete, resilient system, house, land, and nature working together. They designed habitats, not just houses. By partnering with the land, they tamed the wild just enough to thrive. The world has changed, but Viking wisdom endures. Their flexible, sustainable homes offer lessons for our age of climate change and extreme weather. True resilience is not brute strength, but intelligent adaptation, structures that move, yield, and absorb stress. Modern architects can learn from Viking flexibility using dynamic systems and local materials. The turf house stands as a monument to sustainable building, inspiring green roofs and earth-based construction today. The Vikings teach us to see our homes as partners with nature, not fortresses against it. Their engineering was a dialogue with wind, rain, and earth. As we build the future, we can draw from their legacy, embracing flexibility, sustainability, and respect for the environment. The Longhouse in the Storm asks us, which ancient lesson will you choose to learn from first? The answer may shape the homes and the world of tomorrow.